everyone, it's Demps151 and welcome to round 14 of the VTCC here from Snetterton 300. Now, less of the jibber jabber, let's get down to the grid and look at the positions.
Down to the grid. As we go through the grid, it is on pole position and it is Smokey Adam for Team LDG. So Smokey going for the championship. Obviously, this is going to gain him a few points. It gets him 1 point for pole position, but he's in a great spot to gain some more points through this race. As we move into second place, which is Mr. Toxic. Again, another championship runner. I'm just going around the car so you can see the liveries, so you can get used to the liveries. As we have another replay, what hasn't messed up? Yay! So Toxic on his own in his own team in second place, and in third, sorry, going the wrong way there, is Erwin, who another strong qualifying position. Then we go back, and again we've gone the wrong way. I've got to get used to pressing the right button. We've got Cpl Hamster, who's leading the championship at the moment. From round, would have been round 12, he was leading the championship. So round 13 had a bit of a disappointing race. Now we're in round 14. He's qualified in 4th, so he's got a decent spot there. As we head to the next car, which is Traction, who finds himself in another decent place. He really gets on with his track, finds himself in 5th position. Then we move to the second of the LDG cars, which is Colin Colt, finds himself in 6th place. Then we move on to the second of the Hamster Racing A team, which is Falcon, in a lovely 7th place. Then we move on to Ballistic in a 9th place. And then we've got myself in Ballistic in 8th place, sorry. In 9th is myself. Not the greatest of qualifying especially from the first race where I qualified on pole position. Alongside me is my teammate Sponge in the second of the Hamster Racing B team cars. We can, particularly myself, still got a chance at the championship, need some very good results in the next few races. There's still a chance there, I'm not going to give up on it. Sponge lower down the championship due to missing a couple of races, but he's still got a shot of finishing up there in the top 4 positions. Then we move on to Traction's teammate, which is Crystal Quark, who is down in 11th place in the Ploughman's Garden car. Serious gardening. Lovely. And then we move on to Ian Miller. I called him Alan Miller for some reason in the last race. Sorry, Ian. It's Ian Miller. Sorry. And then we move down to the Angry Ant car, which is Ant 2 Scoops, as he's known on Steam, and qualifying in 13th place. Only his second. No, this is his first event. Sorry. 14th place is Mr. Fellows. Last but not least, this is his second event, so he's done very well. He's getting up to pace. I think it takes a few rounds to get used to. So that is the grid there, your 14 cars, as we head to the start of round 14. So we are on the grid and wait for the lights to go off, and it's a great start from Smokey Adam. Toxic a bit slower away. We know he's got a different gear ratio, so it gives him that slower takeoff. And Erwin moves up into second. We've got Hamster looking down the inside of Toxic, and Traction on the other side. It could be 3 abreast in the first corner. Got to be careful. There, the back 2 coming through nice and clean. And Sponge has dropped a few positions as we head back up the order. Car's bunching up. There's Traction on the outside of Hamster, who is slipping back into the bunch at the moment. Falcon in the middle of that, and Colin Colt as well. A little tap. There is Toxic, Cpl Hamster. Falcon's dropped back a little bit as well. He's got Colin Colt, and who is that in front of me? It's Traction, yes. So Colin Colt looks like he's got down the inside. A great move. Ballistic down the inside of myself. A little bit of contact on the exit. Side by side, Falcon and Colin Colt are side by side into Hamilton. Oh, and big style wide from Falcon. He's back on the track. And there's Fellows as well going wide there, dodging that giant curb. So Colin Colt off to a good start. Fellows still at the rear of the grid. Do apologise for some of the cameras because they are awkward to use. Thank you again, Project Cars. There is Toxic currently in second place. We all know he uses a different gear ratio. He says he doesn't like first gear. So it is strange. Technically his first gear is second gear. I don't know how much that helps. Oh no, he's not in second place. Sorry, Erwin. Erwin's in second place with Smokey leading the race. So Here is Irwin right behind Smokey at the moment. Toxic hassling Irwin as well. So Irwin in the LDG2 team. So this is working out well for Smokey, who's leading the championship, and Toxic having a look to go around the outside. He's got a better exit. Now he moves to what will be the outside of turn 1. And they're side by side. He's ducking back to the inside. He has a look. He's trying to dummy him, and Irwin not reacting to it. He's just staying still, and there's contact. He sends Toxic off. He's gone very wide. Irwin not losing out much. He's lost a bit of speed, and now Traction is going to come right behind him and have a look round the outside of the hairpin. That's a brave move, but he's opened himself up to Hamster coming down the inside, and there we got myself just behind. So dramatic first corner, which has cost Toxic, and he's putting well down the order. Irwin, Traction, and then we've got Cpl Hamster, then myself, and then Colin Cole and Falcon just behind. So a nice little lead for Smokey at the moment. He's got about a second or so gap, but he's got his teammate and Traction having a look down the inside. Irwin goes wide, and Traction will move up into second place. Can he keep it there though? Into Hamilton. Oh, he runs wide on the exit, and Irwin, has he got the position back? It looks like Irwin may have got that position back, and he has. And Traction has got to watch out just behind. There's a bit of contact on the exit between myself and Hamster, I think it was. Teammates. This is a problem. You can just see in the background a bunch of teammates all next to each other. And look at this. What a group of cars. So there's Colin Cole. Then we've got my Falcon and Hamster just behind. And then you've got myself and Ballistic. 5 cars all going into this hairpin together. Look at that. And a bit of contact, and Falcon's gone off. No, is that Hamster or Falcon who's gone off? And there it is. I think that is Hamster. No, it's Falcon, sorry. It's Falcon who's gone off, and he ends up down the order. And there is Toxic, who is recovering from his first corner. He's going to go down. Oh, this will be tight going into the chicane, but he gets in front just in time. You see a lot of cars just clipping the grass on the inside, and what a start to the race. There's Fellows using a lot of curb and runs wide. So there is Hamster being followed by Ballistic at the moment. So Hamster leading the championship, but look at the gap that Smokey's got over Traction, who finds himself in second place yet again. Traction having a very, very good couple of races here at Snetterton. And look at Irwin diving down the inside of Colin Cole. Colin Cole switches back onto the inside. That's a good move from Colin, what puts him back up into third place, chasing down his teammate, but he's got to get past Traction, who's been very impressive at the rounds 13 and 14. We've got Ballistic on the outside of Hamster. There's myself with my wipers on for some reason. Hamster on the inside, Ballistic on the outside as we go into the second of the hairpins. A bit of contact on the exit. I duck down the inside, take advantage of the contact. Ballistic runs well onto the grass, and now Crystal Quart's going to take advantage of Hamster's slower speed. And look at that, and up onto 2 wheels on the grass from Crystal Quart, who has moved up another position. A little bit of contact on the exit, but nothing major. As we move back up the order, hopefully, once the camera sorts itself out, and Toxic moving himself back up the field as well. So Hamster's got to go and get past Crystal Quart. There's myself with the wipers on for some strange reason. So there is Irwin, Colin Cole and Traction. So Traction preventing Colin and Irwin getting closer. Well, oh, and there's myself running big style wide in the background with Hamster following me as well. Up onto 2 wheels goes Colin Cole. So Traction now under a lot of pressure from Colin Cole. Can he get past? That is the question. Having a little look. Car's lovely. Looking lovely as they bounce through the last chicane, which is such an awkward chicane to take. You're doing a lot in the corner coming up to it. You're braking, going down gear, and Colin Cole having a look onto the inside. He's not gone for the move. He's just having that look, and Irwin looking very impatient as well. So Smokey still has that impressive lead, and Traction going defensive already into the hairpin. Can Colin go around the outside? They're side by side, and Traction just hits the curb. And that's going to be another great move from Colin Cole. Has he moved himself up? And he has, up into second place. So LDG have first and second. Traction fighting back though. He's desperate to get back in front. Meanwhile, all this is helping two cars, in fact. It's helping Smokey get away, and it's helping Irwin as well. Traction out of position trying to attack Colin Cole. Colin trying to defend, so it's all slowing each other down at the moment. And meanwhile, there you can see the gap. Smokey is enjoying it. And there's myself running wide again. We've got Hamster just behind. I'm desperate to get onto the back of this battle. I can see him fighting away. So the eagerness to get onto the back of the battle and take advantage of some of the mistakes you're seeing. So there's myself and Hamster. And so as we head down, and Colin's got a bit of a gap now as well. So LDG 1, Team A, or LDG, the original team, have a 1-2 at the moment. Traction in second place. Then we've got Irwin following behind on Traction. So as we look at the order at the moment, it's looking very good for LDG. Shame Ian Miller couldn't be up there as well. He's got the pace to be up there. In previous rounds, he had the pace to be up there. Struggling a little bit at Snetterton with the looks of things. Traction getting closer to the big curb, which is a horrific curb. If you hit that thing, it just more than rotate the car. You will be on the International Space Station if you hit it too hard. I've said that before in a previous video. I don't know why. I just like saying it. So into the first corner again. It's line astern and Traction. Really forcing that front end of the car in early. He's having a little look, but Irwin now in a good position to attack. Traction on the inside, a bit of contact, and Colin and Irwin's going to take advantage, bouncing over the curb. Traction's going to lose out on two positions here, and Colin, well, Traction just outbraked himself. I think he got caught out with how close Colin was, and Cpl Hamster are going to go down the inside of Traction. Bit of contact on the exit. Hamster has to just shift to the left hand side of the track to avoid more contact with the project car, sticky car situation. We all know what happens when the cars get stuck together. So Traction, the loser out of that situation, and it puts him down a couple of places. So Colin, Colt and Irwin now have the freedom to get away, but Hamster, who is leading the championship before rounds 13 and 14, will be desperate to catch up with Smokey. So he's got Irwin in front of him. We've got Traction just behind, and then myself just behind that at the moment. Just listen to the cars coming down the long back straight. Smokey still with an impressive lead. So there's Colin Colt, there's Smokey. Look, all by himself. He can take it easy. He doesn't have to push so hard. If he knows he's got his teammate just behind, so he will not be letting anyone pass as easy as well, I don't think he'd let anybody past anyway, as he's shown his attacking skill in this race and some defending skill as well. You can see the gap as over the line he comes. So in first place at the moment we've got Smokey Adams, second we've got Irwin, then third we have Cpl Hamster. Irwin runs onto the grass. So fourth place is Cpl Hamster. Traction in fifth, another impressive race for himself, who's having a look at Hamster. And then we've got Colin Cole in sixth. Seventh is myself at the moment. Into the first corner, having a look around the back of Colin. And Traction looking for a gap. So there's Irwin. Traction looking to swoop round the outside of Cpl Hamster there. Not going to get reset. He's not going to get that done. That was a weird stutter. So we've got a group of, well, he's third to seventh place. So about 5 cars here, all grouped together. It's Colin Cole, Smokey still getting away. There's Toxic, who's recovering. He's recovered quite well as well. He's moved himself up the field. So there's Fellows coming out of the pit. So maybe a drive through for him. So Fellows currently in 14th place. Then we've got Ian Miller in 15th place. No, it's not Ian Miller. So I'm trying to get a camera angle so I could go through the position. I do apologise. It is awkward. So we've got Smokey in first place. In second we have Irwin. In third we have Cpl Hamster. Fourth place is currently Traction, but he has Colin Cole alongside him in fifth. Now this will be interesting into this chicane. Can they go side by side through it? Be very impressive. Traction on the outside. He's going to have to tuck in behind a lot of curb use. And Toxic is now on the back of this battle after an amazing recovery. And they're still side by side through the bomb hole. And look at this. I'm going to try and take advantage. I've got Toxic alongside me. So we've got 4 cars all side by side. Looking into the last chicane. This is going to be difficult. Oh, and Traction's off. I run aside wide. Ballistic moves up and Traction ends up losing out yet again. He's been so unfortunate in this race. Losing out on a couple of battles which have put him... It's only a couple of battles as well where he's just been a tad off the line and it's caused him to run wide. Now I'm behind Toxic as well now at this point. And I've got Ballistic right behind me, who we all know has got a lot of pace. But Traction is going to try and cause Ballistic a few problems now. So as we try and go through the order, there is Ian Miller with Falcon just behind, and we've got 2 Scoops who's doing very well up there with Crystal Quark, a lot of pushing and shoving. Sponge just in front, and look at the battle here. This is down at the back of the grid. Falcon looking to go down the inside of Ian Miller, but not enough room. So this is the battle for second place. So we've got Irwin in second, who is part of LDG2, so he will not let Hamster pass that easily. Therefore he'll want Smokey to pull away. So another double car team, same as Hamster Racing. So Hamster Racing have got A and B, and LDG have got 1 and 2. So LDG 1 leading the race with Smokey Adams at the moment in the Pro 9 red car. Ballistic will be in the Pro 9 green car. So the liveries are correct on this. So this is a chance for you to see the video and get used to the liveries, as Hamster having a look to the inside and Irwin moves across. This is tough spot to overtake, and Hamster a bit sideways on the edge of it. And Colin Colt is about 2-3 seconds behind this little battle. And there is Colin. Then we've got Ballistic being followed by myself through the bomb hole. Wipers on. I do not know why I've got my wipers on the replay. Very strange. Very strange indeed. So third, fourth, fifth and sixth. So I'm currently 6th as I hit the curb quite hard there. You can see how much it lifts the car into the air. Chasing down Ballistic. And then we've got Traction and Toxic. So Toxic's had a great recovery. He did get involved in a little battle further up with more cars closer together. You can see the field has started to spread out a bit as we're about halfway through the race at the moment. A longer race. I think it was 19 laps here at Snetterton 300, which is a long track. It's not particularly my favourite track. I know Traction really likes this track, and I think Toxic mentioned that he likes this track. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Remember, if you want to see Toxic's point of view from this race, just jump along to his channel. I'll link it in the description below. Same as the previous race. You'll see his weird second geary thing, his gear ratios. Maybe you want to try that, see what that is like. Also, some of the races may be live streamed, and other live streaming of different games as well. If you jump across to Cpl Hamster's Twitch page, so just search Cpl Hamster. I'll try and get the link in the description below, and that is the same for Sponge as well, and Toxic. So there is a few drivers who live stream the race. And look at Toxic now. He's going to go down the inside of Traction. Traction giving him plenty of space as well, and then Falcon being followed by 2 Scoops, who's having a good race of his own, and Traction right behind Toxic, and he's going to have a look down to the inside, which will be you got to remember, he's the outside of the really awkward chicane, so he's going to tuck back in behind, and Ballistic and myself battling away as well. And there is Sponge and 2 Scoops battling away into the bomb hole, and look at how close that Traction is to the back of Toxic. There's myself battling with Ballistic as we head into the awkward chicane. See, don't brake until a bit later on. You can hear the downshift in the car, the engine deaccelerating. That's a new word for me to have the mickey taken out of me. So, I'll ignore that as I follow Ballistic down the main straight. As we head back to the battle at the front, hopefully, if the camera decides to play ball. So there is Traction, Toxic, and we're jumping all over the place. I do apologise. So there is Ballistic. I'm going to have a look down the inside of Ballistic in a moment. I'll brake later. I've noticed I can brake later than quite a few people into that corner, and I'll take over what is 6th place, sorry, but Ballistic fighting back. We're going to be side by side through the next complex of corners. This tight, awkward left-hander of using the curve, the car up onto 2 wheels. And again, Ballistic going left and right. I've gone defensive. He's going to have to go to the outside on this corner. Can he go all the way around? I've kept tight. And it's slowing us 2 down. As you can see, just behind is Toxic having a little look, and Ballistic desperately trying to get past. We're trying all different lines. I'd run a tad wide, being defensive into that corner. Ballistic desperately trying to get past, isn't he? Right up the back end of my car, using a bit of curb, and Toxic and Traction starting to close up on this gap as Ballistic moves out, which will be the inside of the next corner. So he's got a chance if he sticks out in this position. It'd be a good move if he can stick it as well. I duck into the apex early. It gives me the better entry, using the curb to pick the car up and rotate it. So as we try and move to the battle to the front. So there is Smokey, and look at that. Oh no, that's not Smokey, that's Colin, sorry. So just in front. As the camera not playing ball. There is Hamster and Irwin. This is the battle for 2nd place. Irwin has a little gap, but look at the gap between Irwin and Smokey. That has definitely closed down quite a lot. The Smokey had a decent lead now. Smokey backed off to protect his tyres, or he's backed off to maybe he's made a mistake somewhere, and Hamster all over the back of Irwin at the moment. Irwin doing a brilliant job of keeping him behind. It's a very close battle, and he's left the gap a tad bit open as we head down into this second of the hairpin. It's not as tight as the first one. He's going to try and switch back on him, get the better exit. It seems to be all equal at the moment. It's the battle of the immovable object and the unstoppable force at the moment with these two. He seems to be a bit of a level force. One gets a better entrance, one gets a better exit, and he just levels itself out. But the gap will be concerning Smokey at the moment. Hamster gets a bit twitchy into the corner, into Hamilton. So you can see what I mean by the gap. He closes down and extends. It's a bit left, right, and there's Colin all by himself as well. So I have moved in front of Ballistic, who has now got Toxic right behind him. So Toxic is going to have a little look down the inside. Remember, as I keep saying, it will be the outside for the chicane, but Toxic has got this. He's dived down to the apex. He gets in front of Ballistic, who now is totally sideways, and Traction's going to take advantage of this, and he moves himself up another position. That's a great move by... Oh, has he got it? Has he got it down the bomb hole? They're still side by side, I think. And they are. They are still side by side. So Ballistic moves across on Traction. It's good job, Traction. Was a little bit behind. And Traction's going to get a better entrance and exit on this corner. And there'll be a contact on the exit. And it's slowed them both right down. And 2 Scoops doing very well. He's got Falcon alongside him. So 2 Scoops into... It's about 7th, I think that is. He's got a Sponge just behind him. So he's battling with 2 of the Hamster racing cars. Which I know a couple of the faster cars on the grid. So 2 Scoops doing very well. So there is your leader, Smokey Adam, who's well out in front. That is Ballistic, being followed by Traction still after they're coming together towards the end of the lap at the awkward chicane. We're renaming the corners awkward chicane and tight left and second hairpins. So because I can't remember every corner, especially with tracks I'm not particularly keen on. I don't race on them much. I used to prefer the old Snetterton. The old Snetterton I used to love. I will not repeat. And look at this, 2 scoops having a look down the inside of Falcon. Oh, there's contact, and they both run wide. Big contact as well. It really sent Falcon onto the grass, and Sponge took advantage. 2 scoops runs well wide, and he loses out on both. So there is Sponge and Falcon now following each other, and there is Crystal Quark just behind. Let's move up the field, and Traction and Ballistic still battling away. Oh, Traction, a little dab of the brakes, and he's happy just to tuck in behind, and there's Toxic and myself battling away as well. So Toxic is right behind me as I head down to the bomb hole. Still got my wipers on, obviously invisible rain on my windscreen. I can't remember whether I had them on or not in the race. I can't remember. Time flies. So this race did happen about a week ago, but I do want to spread them out due to the 3-week gap between each race. I feel it better spreading the races out. And Toxic ducking left, then ducking right. He's got the inside line for the first corner, and he's going to take that position, and it's a decent move from Toxic. I'm going to have a look round the outside. I might take the wider entry into the corner to give me the better exit, and now we're side by side on the exit, and so is Traction, who's moved in front of Ballistic, as you just saw in the background, and Toxic still has the lead over me. So who's going to come out on top between Traction and Ballistic? I'm not particularly sure off the camera, not playing ball yet again. So is that... No, that's not Smokey, that is Colin Cole. So the battle's still going on between Hamster and Irwin. So the battle is closed down, and look at the gap now between Smokey. Smokey's lost out quite a bit. I don't know where that gap has deteriorated from. I'm guessing he's protecting his tyres. He never mentioned that he made any sort of mistake. I think he's just comfortably managing his tyres. I think this is a long race for these cars on these tyres, and Hamster diving to the inside, so just giving Irwin the little look. Irwin shoots off the track, big style. Where did Irwin go there? Up into second place now is Cpl Hamster. He will now start to chase down Smokey Adams, and what happened there? And there is Irwin. He just didn't look like he braked. Maybe he saw someone in the crowd and he wanted to go and say hello. He really flew off the track, and he's lost so much time. But with these top 4 cars, the gap is big to 5th place. And the gap between each of these 4 cars seems to be quite big. The smallest of the gaps is between Hamster and Smokey Adam, who does seem to have just edged away a tiny bit again. So Hamster's got a lot to do to try and catch Smokey. So there is Irwin in 3rd place now. Dramatic. No braking. Unbelievable. So there's Colin. So LDG having a fantastic race. They've got 1, 3 and 4th position. So 1st, 3rd and 4th. And there in the background you can see Toxic and I battling away. Here you've got Falcon and Sponge battling away. So 2 teammates battling for the lower positions down in 11th and 12th. No, 10th and 11th, sorry. And you see Crystal Quark going down inside of 2 scoops, who has had a real decent race. Move through the order. So there you go. There's Smokey. Hamster just behind, starting to push hard now. You can see him going onto the grass on the odd occasion. Then we've got Irwin in 3rd place. In 4th, we've got Colin Colt. Then we've got 5th place is Toxic. 6th place is myself, Demps151. Then we've got 7th is Ballistic, being followed by Traction, who's been very racy at Snetterton. So 7th place is Traction. He's going to have a little look. No, 7th place Traction. 8th place is Falcon. 9th is Sponge. Then we have 10th is Crystal Quark. 2 scoops in 11th. Ian Miller in 12th.
And who's going to come round this corner next? We've got two. Well, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I think that's Ian Miller down the order as well. So we head to the battle at the front. Hamster getting really pushy with the track, let's say. He's trying to gain that extra hundredths or couple of hundredths a second a lap just to close in on the back of Smokey Adam, whose race lead is, to be honest with you, I think is extending. I think he's got his foot back down. So all that where he was losing time was possibly managing tyres with the looks of things. It's for the gap is starting to open back up, possibly. I don't know, it seems to be, again, it seems to be the same situation with Hamster and Irwin, where the gap had opened up and then closed down, opened up, or closed down, but there was always basically a set motion between them both. So there is Sponge. We've got Crystal Quark going down the inside of Two Scoops, who just sticks on his back bumper through the first corner. So there's Hamster, there's Irwin, there is Colin Colt. There, oh, that's myself bouncing on the curve, chasing down Toxic. So the battle at the moment is really between these two guys, which is Traction and Ballistic are the closest on the track. The grid really has spread itself out. He's having a little look around the outside. I think there is positions on this track where you're better off just staying in a line and sorting yourself out for the next attacking point. Obviously, if you don't go for the gap anymore, you're not a racer, as a certain race driver said once. And Ballistic runs really wide, and that gives Traction the position. And Ballistic just not slowing down quick enough. And now he's got Falcon, who's closing down on Ballistic now. We've only a lap or so to go as well. So as you head back up the field, there's myself following Toxic again. Oh, I've outbraked myself. You'll see come past on the dirt, and luckily enough I've got a decent enough gap behind me for mistakes like that not to cost me. There's Colin Colt in fourth. Third place is Irwin, so the gap between them two has come down a little bit, but it's nothing major. I don't think they'll change positions towards the end of the race. There is Hamster. A look at the gap between him and Smokey as we enter the final lap. So Hamster getting the points back, what you could say lost from the first race, which has put a dent in his championship. Smokey will move to the top of the championship as long as the positions end like this, which I do reckon they will do. And look at Ballistic and Traction still battling on the final lap. Falcon just behind him. Ballistic's going to move back up a position. And Falcon getting in on the battle. Falcon diving down the inside of Traction. And he's got the position now. He's going to hunt down Ballistic on the final lap. And move back up the order. And there is Smokey. Smokey dominating this race from start to finish. From qualifying, to be honest with you. He's dominated the race. The gap has come down a little bit again between Hamster and Smokey. Swooping round onto the long back straight. So remember, if you've enjoyed this, watching this, and you want to take part yourself, please come along to the VTCC.co.uk website, which will be in the description below if you want to just jump onto the website, sign up as a member, and then voting for season 2 is underway. What category of car we're going to use, tracks, pit stops, all etc, etc. So you can be in the start of that. You can take part in the last couple of races with these if you join up in time. We do have fun races. It's a new website, so it's all coming together slowly. We are tweaking with things to make things better, so do come along. But as you can see, here comes Smokey Adams flashing his headlights, having a little weave, and he takes a win here at the Snetterton 300, round 14 of the Clio Cup Championship. At the VTCC Clio Cup Championship, do apologise. So Smokey Adam with the win. Irwin coming across the line in third. Second place was Cpl Hamster, so that gains him a few points. Colin Colt in fourth. There is Toxic in a good fifth place. Myself in sixth, which gives me a good few points. 7th we have Ballistic, followed by Falcon and Traction in 8th. No, 9th that'll be, won't it? 9th. So there are your finishing positions. What a race. So if you want to see the final results, please jump across to the VTCC website. You can see all the results from every race. Remember to sign up if you wish to take part in any of these races. Maybe you just want to be in the Fun Cup, check out the forums. Please jump across to the VTCC website. I've been Demps151, the commentator for today. If you've enjoyed this, please remember to like, subscribe and comment in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next race or the next video. Tatty byes. Goodbye.